Is Russell Crowe actually the Pope? Regardless, he knows what's good for your soul.
Oh, please. I have no soul.
What's up, Flick fans? Welcome back to the channel. You can be honest with me. Are the SpongeBob memes out of control on this channel? I know they are.
It doesn't matter what you think!
So in The Pope's Exorcist, we follow Father Gabriel, played by Russell... I almost said Russell Wilson.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Russell Crowe, for all you non-sports fans, the Vatican's leading exorcist, as he investigates the possession of a child and uncovers a conspiracy the Vatican has tried to keep a secret. This movie is rated R for violent content, language, sexual references, and nudity. In a Pope movie? Cool. This is directed by Julius Avery. I've been sitting back wondering what happened to the guy who directed Overlord. I really liked Overlord. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was really looking forward to his next film. I saw it was this and said, oh, okay, well, I do like Russell Crowe. I like the idea. As long as the visual style is good and Russell Crowe is great in the role, I think I could have some fun with this movie. And honestly, the visual style was pretty good. Russell Crowe was good in the role. So why didn't I have more fun with this movie?
Wah, wah, wah.
I want to keep this review short. I've seen this movie many, many times before, just repackaged in different ways and different styles, and at least this movie has a little bit of style. That's kind of what's keeping it afloat as we're watching. You know, I'm getting a little frustrated with the very generic storyline, the very generic demon child. Well, I guess to a degree. Because there were moments in the film where the demon child is screaming expletives, and I'm sitting back going, what the what? A lot of these moments are where the R rating comes in, man. Strong language. And I was actually pretty, and it sounds weird, I'm happy with what the kid's screaming out. That makes you happy, Austin? Well, I'm happy they didn't hold back. This is a demon. This is an exorcism. This is a pope who is trying to pull this demon from this child. That's the goal. That's the movie. It's a recycled formula. Again, it kind of reminds you of The Exorcist and Exorcism of Emily Rose. You have some scenes reminiscent to the Conjuring films. I could think of 3 or 4 moments in that franchise where I could pull it to this. And James Wan's style in that franchise is obviously a lot different than Julius Avery's here, but at least Avery did some interesting things with the cameras, interesting moments with characters, but you're really focused on Russell Crowe as our lead in Father Gabriel, and he is a different kind of pope. He's not your normal boring pope, a guy who just goes through life and, I don't know, what do popes do? Don't answer that. I guess he's technically a priest in this movie. Why do I keep calling him a pope? Well, because I like it, so I'm going to keep doing it. He'll say some things here and there. You're like, this guy's been through some things, and then you get moments in the movie where you're flashing back and getting some backstory there, and you're like, yeah, this guy has been through some things, but now he's going through something a lot scarier. Actually, you get a moment at the beginning of the movie that kind of leads us into the situation now, but you're always getting just a bit of backstory, not necessarily enough to flesh out the characters that we're focused on, but those moments that are highlighted throughout the film, I think, are integral to the story, so I'm at least appreciative of that, but again, we're just going through the motions with this story. The only thing uplifting it, other than the fact that there is a competent director at the helm, separate from the writer's room, obviously, I do wish Avery had a bigger part in writing this movie because the group of individuals that were responsible, they just didn't necessarily add the oomph. The script doesn't have the oomph that the direction has, and then neither of them has what Russell Crowe is bringing to this movie, and that's the fact that Russell Crowe is actually trying here. He's not going through the motions like the dialogue. He's not going through the motions like the story. He is engaging and intriguing, and that back and forth that you get between he and that demon, and at points in the movie, very close butting heads, that was really entertaining. It was really fun to see, man. I thought Crowe genuinely kept me way more involved than I thought I was going to be when this story started, because when it started, I knew exactly where it was going to go and what it was going to be. And I feel like the screenplay was just constantly going for shock factor, but unfortunately, most of the viewers watching, not all of them, if you've never watched an exorcism movie before and you're watching this, you're probably freaking out. Your jaw is on the ground, you're on the floor going, what is the kid's bending over backwards and crawling up the wall and screaming nasty words at the Pope and the group of people and floating above the bed? I've never seen anything like this before. But most of us have.
Say what?
All of this to say, I'm actually okay with formula and formulaic if you make it interesting and you give us good character work. But other than Russell Crowe in this movie, the cast, the characters, everyone else involved, I mean, one or two here and there. I think Henry, obviously, is interesting. I enjoyed Cardinal Sullivan's presence. Amy was solid enough. But there are other characters in here I'm just like, there's not real... they're not as interesting as I need them to be. And then we have where we progress to, how it all kind of wraps up. It ends, and I'm just like, oh, it ended. Well, what's the next movie I have to watch? So, not the worst time in the theater. Again, I got some entertainment. There was some fun. Russell Crowe was really good. But at the end of the day, this is a movie that I've seen countless times, and it just didn't do anything to make it feel like a special experience. Before I give you my score, you should drop a like. That would be really cool. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but that would be great. The Pope's Exorcist is a combination of familiar ideas and tropes that may keep viewers entertained because of a fun performance from Russell Crowe. Avery injects just enough style and darkness, but the script never allows it to stand out. It falls just short of being considered fun enough. And I would say for some, this will be fun enough. For others, it will just be a movie that they see and then what's the next movie I'm seeing in theaters? That's kind of how I feel. But Russell Crowe, he's good. I like Russell Crowe. Thanks so much for watching this video. Some really special reviews. If you guys aren't subscribed to this channel, you may want to do that. Hit that notification bell. We have some fun reviews coming very soon, and one very special video you don't want to miss. I'll see you later.